Alright, so we know how to use the databases, but sometimes you might need more information. Sometimes it's okay to go out there and research willy-nilly on the web. However, it's not so willy-nilly if you follow these rules. Are you ready? Let's dive in. There are lots of reasons why we would need to go out there and research on the World Wide Web. However, we start with the databases for lots of reasons. We use the databases because we can. We use the databases because the information has already been evaluated for us. If you go on to the university, you will have other sources that you'll use, more sources that are available through that library. These resources make research really easy. They're basically idiot-proof. Not that you are an idiot, obviously. These search engines want you to find the best information. They offer you keywords and search terms and limiters, and they give you all of the bibliographic information that you'll need to create an MLA-style citation. All of this is done quickly and easily at your computer. Why would we go anywhere else? We go elsewhere willy-nilly on the web for lots of reasons. Sometimes we still need to get outside of the databases to do research. There's a lot of information out there. Some of the information is not connected to our databases, so we have to go out searching and finding it. Some of our topics require outside opinions that are not offered in the content of the databases. Some of our topics are too cutting edge, like we are too hip for scholarly resources sometimes. It happens. Some of the topics are just too new. And the databases pick up information fast, but sometimes not fast enough for you trendsetters. Internet research is really challenging. Going out there on the World Wide Web is a challenge. What search terms do you use? Sometimes you get way too many hits. Anyone can post anything on the internet, and there are few restrictions. So we have to be really choosy. How are we going to do that? What are our best options? How do we know what's good? Let's get started. One resource that people got really excited about right away was Google Scholar, scholar.google.com. So I tried it. I tried typing my topic into the Google Scholar. I was able to do an advanced search just to see if I could dig in there a little bit deeper, if I needed a little bit of help with my research. That's always nice. And after I hit return, or hit enter, I ran into some problems. So let's check my game tape. This internet research using Google Scholar just wasn't as easy as I was hoping it was going to be. So here are my search results. I'm just going to click on one, the very first one, because I'm not sure what I'm getting myself into. It sounds like a cool article. All right, let's download that PDF for $36. Okay, I'm not paying that. Let's keep on trucking and see if I can find anything else that sounds interesting. Okay, here's a good article. I've got the abstract here. Now I'm going to, wait a minute, I have to click into ProQuest. We don't have ProQuest. I can't access this one. Let's keep on trucking. Here's another interesting one. Download the PDF, okay, for $36. I don't have an account at this particular place, and I have to pay a lot of money. Here's an abstract. I can request a copy through this university library. I don't have time for that. So far, Google Scholar has been a bust for me. I can do a little bit more research. However, this is already taking me too long. I don't have time for this. Okay, so Google Scholar wasn't great for my topic. If I dig in there a little bit more, perhaps I'll be able to find a little more. However, I'm in a bit of a time crunch, so I am going to try just a regular Google search. Let's see how it goes. All right, gang, here I am at Google. I'm going to type in my topic and just hit search. I've got lots and lots of hits because this is a pretty hot topic. So let's scroll through and see what we've got. Wikipedia, I'm going to skip that for now. Here's The Guardian. I know that's a reputable source. Here's biography.com, which would be another great resource. New York Times, I know that's an appropriate site. Let's click inside of some of these and see. So here we've got the Washington Post. I know that that is a reputable source. I don't need to go any further with this one. What's nice about these topics is that I'm going to be able to find news items about these particular subjects, which is great because it'll make it really easy for me to find reputable sources. Let's look at another. Biography.com. I have no idea what kind of a site this is, but let's look. I like the format. It looks really clean. Doesn't look like there's all kinds of weird extraneous stuff. Nothing is popping up. Citation information is given. I'm just poking around a little bit to get an idea about this site. Okay, there's an advertisement popping up for the American Red Cross. That looks pretty okay. Here's a BBC source. British Broadcasting. All right, I know that this is also a reputable source. This will also perhaps give me, ooh, cat. I like this one already. This will give me a differing perspective, perhaps, an outside of the US perspective. I like that idea. So let's go down to the bottom and see. All right, it's a news service. Awesome. They have lots of links available for me to get information about them specifically. It's updated regularly. Excellent news. So let's keep exploring here for a second and make sure. All right, their About page has a lot of information. I'm going to dig into this and just make sure that this is something appropriate for me. I think it's going to be. So you've searched, you've got your hits, you click on something. After you do the search, is this information any good? Look at the page itself. Do you notice spelling and grammar errors? Look at the very bottom of the page and see when it was last updated. Consider, what is the subject? Who is the audience? What is the purpose? Who is it about? Who is it for? And why? Consider those things right when you look at the page. Then click around. Are there any dead links? Are there outdated or weird graphics? Check and see. It'll become really apparent really quickly, I would say, whether or not this is information that you want to use. Then of the website itself, authority, accuracy, objectivity, and currency. Let's look at all of those items. These are things that we want to look for. Now, authority can mean a few different things. First, who is the author? Is the author an expert in his or her field? If the credentials are not given, you might have to Google that again to find out. Sometimes an organization can be the author. You might have to learn about an organization to determine its credibility. So contact information is often given down at the bottom of the page, information about the author down at the bottom of the page, or the organization that has created this website. That information could be down at the bottom of the page. Regardless, collect the information for your MLA style citation. Check the accuracy and reliability of the website in general. Is the information correct to your knowledge? Is it objective and neutral, or is it biased? Now, sometimes you want something with an opinion, so check then to see if that opinion is supported using facts. Do they cite their sources? Do they use footnotes? Are sources provided? Again, check the spelling, the punctuation. Is it correct? Do the links work? Then look at the URL itself. .edu is for education, .com is commercial, .org is an organization, .gov is a government agency. So check to see where the information is coming from to recognize whether or not we're talking about something legitimate. And is the purpose very clear? Is it evident that you are looking at something intended to push an agenda? Again, the bias. Is there an opinion given? Then, given your knowledge of the subject, is it correct? Then can information be cross-referenced elsewhere to make sure that it is correct? Objectivity. Is the support used for the author's agenda credible? Are the sources reputable? Can you find this information elsewhere? Is the website itself clear about the purpose of the website? Is it clearly editorial in nature? Are there links to different sources? Are facts and references provided? What kinds of references are being used? Is there works cited information? If it's hard to fact check what you are looking at, be suspicious. See if you can find similar information elsewhere before using this particular source. Then, how old is the information? Is it current? Is the page updated? Now consider your topic. Does the age of the information matter for your topic? For some topics, age of your information doesn't really matter. But for others, it is a big deal. How recent is that information? And is the page kept up to date? Is it well maintained? Again, are those links active? Now, there's a lot of good news. You know now a little bit more about searching on the World Wide Web, just Googling something. But the really good news is that for most of you, there is no need to go out there searching around on the internet. You have plenty of information in the databases. Woohoo! No matter what, no matter where you get your information from, you must keep track of your sources. You have to do your MLA style citations. So look and see what information you need and make sure that you have all of that right there at your fingertips. So you guys, I'll be honest. It took me ages to find an article about my topic that I didn't think was going to be reputable. Everything that I've got that popped up right away, Washington Times, Washington Post, USA Today, Euronews. The first thing that looked like it might be weird was a Gizmodo article. But then I click inside of Gizmodo and I notice that it is sort of a conglomerate that includes many different websites that people use. I'm just thinking, here's The Onion, so now I'm getting a little bit nervous that it might not be factual. So I'm going to search through a little bit. No, thank you. That makes me nervous. It wants me to subscribe right away. Okay, I'm going to look through and see what kind of information I can find about the actual... Oh my goodness. About the actual media group. So it's Gizmodo Media Group. Let's go into About. They list their staff. They list how I can access anyone. So it appears that this is another news site that they put together information for us. I'm going to look through the article and see if it makes sense based on what I already know. I'm going to go back to the Google and just see. Okay, The Verge. This looks like a science and tech website. I'll look through and see, according to The Guardian, so they have information from The Guardian, which I know is reputable. Let's see. Vox Media. About. What do we need to know? In 2011, technology changing the future. So it looks like this has been around for a while. They have many people on their staff. We can look at their ethics statement. I think I'm going to be able to use this article if I find out that it does match up with other information that I'm finding from other reputable sources. So far, my straight up Google search has been pretty awesome. I've got lots of news, Rolling Stone, I've got things from around the world. The one thing that I thought looked a little bit suspect was boingboing.net, and the school filters caught it. So it appears that much of what I find using my appropriate search terms in the Google is going to be okay. Nice work, us!